It's interesting that you mentioned about 1,000 companies, because I have my personal kind of goal for 10 years is to launch and operate 100 companies as part of our holding, or now it's a fund as a structure. So I just
Beautiful.
thought I'd mention that. Yes.
I want to ask you one thing. You see and you understand and you are part of this amazing industry, Web3, and particularly another one, which is AI, robotics, if you want, side. When you see this kind of markets, let's say like that, right? Coming, you feel it, like you literally, you are there, you see this big wave coming, right? How do you position from the investment perspective? Like you are literally go and say, no, I need to build here because 100% is coming. I need to readjust my portfolio, take from this, go in this. Like when you see this kind of big moves, how do you position yourself in your funds? You take action immediately, or is like, what was the strategy?
I think I'm blessed because I'm a software developer by my background. So I started my career with like coding things on my own using C++ language. And then in 2007 and 8, I was part of the very small team that built a startup that was later sold to Dell Computers for north of $100 million. I've helped probably like 50 companies since 2010 till 2017 with like building their software. Many of them eventually sold their companies or got funded or got into the accelerators, and the rest was history. And unlike many other fund managers that came from the financial background and financial, seeing things through the financial lens, I remain fundamental in terms of the technology behind any particular startup. So I can tell whether anything is fundamental and has the long-term future, or whether it's speculation and the short-term hype. And my favorite question with entrepreneurs is still the same over time, and it is, how do you see the world in 5 years from now? Because in essence, you are not building a product for the current state of the ecosystem. It will take you time to build it. It will need to serve the needs that fall under the blue ocean category versus the red ocean. So what is this, maybe controversial, maybe doubtful picture of the future that you have in your mind, that you're passionate about, that something in yourself says that the world may go this way, and this is why we are building this, and we don't have enough data for it, but we are able and happy to bet and put our bets on the table for it, and roll up the sleeves and work for a long time.
Wherever, whatever,
Yes.
I will meet this sort of entrepreneurs, founders, I will put everything on the table right away. Because this is exactly the right way of building great things. It's not, I mean, like, not only building in blue ocean, but creating the blue ocean, right? When you see the red ocean is fully crowded and you
Yeah.
take problems from there and you are category king, you build something from scratch for the upcoming market in 2, 3, 5 years. That is a brain that I will put all my bets on that. But the reality is not like that. It's like this is one in 1,000.
Especially crypto, man. Crypto is super opportunistic, and the issue with it is that if you're trying to build for this bull cycle, like I've seen it over and over again.
Metaverse. I have a metaverse
exactly
project.
Right, or everyone is building launch pads in the middle of everything is already like booming, and they're like, oh, we'll launch a launch pad, and they are of course launching 6 months or a year later into the bear market, or they're like, no, there is no point for us to keep building it, working on it, and launching it. So sadly, crypto is opportunistic.
Yes, it is, of course.
Yes.
Yes, there is no. We don't
Yeah.
need to hide
Yes.
after.
Yeah.
That's the reason we don't invest in bull run. We sell. Like everybody, like, hey, I have this project, bro, and now I'm selling. I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I invested in 3 years ago. Now I'm selling. I'm waiting for another cycle when I'll make the investment. Then, so this is the cycle. But again, like this is something that you don't meet every single day. Founders like this to have this mentality and I will say expertise, right? And your
Yeah.
question is, how do you see the world in 5 years? Is exactly super relevant and concrete, right? Because it will just you will share with me your dimension as a founder.
Bingo.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
And from that answer, I will just understand how big your
Yeah.
project will be. Tomorrow, you wake up, there is no rule in the world. There is no borders. Stores doesn't exist. It's just stands, but open doors. You can just go. You need an iPhone, go Apple Store, take one iPhone, use it, whatever you want to do. You like a T-shirt, Adidas, just go inside the store, take one T-shirt. Who is Jan? What do you want, and how would you act?
Totally and absolutely a scientist. If I had an opportunity to start all over again, I'd probably do like quantum mechanics and something that is like truly intellectually challenging and has to do with math, because math expands your mind and it grows the quantity, the amount of dimensions that you have in your mind. So I would definitely dedicate my life towards math.
Amazing. I go another crazy one. Do you think it is more information into the space or inside of the Earth?
Hmm. I think it doesn't matter. I think we didn't know how fractal everything is, and whether there is any like end to like how microscopic can we research into uh, the nature of universe. Um, so from that perspective, I don't see the difference.
The
But
difference is we might think that the answer is somewhere far away, but maybe we can just sit on the answer right here.
hmm,
And you just travel 1 billion thousand light years to find what? Another star, another what? But how do you know? How much do you know about inside?
you're right. Well, Danny, it's a very interesting question, and I keep asking myself, and I'm thinking about it all the time. So I really respect Elon Musk, and I know for sure that he is smarter than me. Like that's granted, and many other people, right? So and what was Elon's thinking if he decided to launch rockets and go to Mars? What is he thinking of Earth and humankind and our ability or inability to solve problems on Earth if he wants to start sending people on Mars? And that is the question that I've not got the answer inside my head yet.
Like cut the noise.
But I'm like, bro, if he wants to escape the Earth, and he's pretty smart, and he's not trying to like solve the Earth problems to the extent he could, for example, and we don't really know what is this he is seeing that is like a super threat to the humankind, that all of a sudden we need to start abandoning Earth for the planet that is much worse from the living perspective. All the conditions and everything that we need to recreate there.
But the thing is, this is not the way how it works. Is exactly the red ocean and blue ocean stuff, right? He's creating a blue ocean right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's a category king on Mars, right? One of them, because
Yeah.
it's not the only one,
Yes.
but one of them. At least he's trying. He's top 3 there. They are together with Bezos and the other guy, right? But if we follow his steps, right? Like I'm trying to reach Mars as fast as possible. what he will achieve with this exactly? Like you'll just take people from Earth, put them to live there, and what's the selling proposition? Because you need to convince me somehow, right?
Right.
But it's not about good or bad. It's just different, and that's the power of a blue ocean. The blue ocean, you don't need to be better, because being better is not blue ocean. You need to be different.
Right.
So when you say, like, it doesn't matter what you do there. It's like literally doesn't matter. You just stay there. I don't know. I'll give you 10 square meters, live there. But just living on a different planet, traveling, go into space, all these things. It's already yes, like for this super um, people that seek adventure at this level.
Do you think his motivation is to just be different or create something different?
Absolutely. The entire ecosystem, Elon Musk is different. Everything what he has done is different from all angles.
Was the difference the end goal? Or was the difference just the way to achieve the goal that is very rational and has economic substance behind it? Like Tesla is cheaper and faster and more efficient economically. His rockets are more economically efficient. They are like tens to hundreds times
Just
cheaper.
coming back on the same
Yeah.
position, like
Mars, though, it's still tricky. Like, why does he want to send people on Mars? Like, what is he seeing in the future of our planet that he thinks is unfixable, that he needs to create this plan B in the form of Mars?
less consumers will be way better, first of all, right? And the second thing, you make money on Mars as well. You're right.
And that money will be Doge.
Yeah, well, let's buy some right now.
Right. Not a financial advice.
No, obviously, like he is in a such circle, or maybe it's just a matter of personal ambitions, right? Like building stuff into space and
I don't
stuff
believe
like
in that. He has to have his reasoning behind it. He's a super smart
sort of
man.
legacy, right? Like
I don't know, but that's what I keep thinking about every now and then.